What's going on, GRITR family? I am so excited because you guys get to see another side of me, maybe a side that you're not familiar with. Well, I am a big advocate for horseback riding, and I'm also excited to introduce to you guys Jessica Proctor. She is a mounted riding shooting competitor. It is another side of the shooting competitions that we probably don't see a whole lot, but she's been riding for about 5 years now, and we are going to check in with her, ask her some questions about the shooting mounted competitive space, what that entails, a little bit about her and how she got started on her journey, and what it takes to be a competitor on horseback. So hope you guys will enjoy this. Sit back, relax. I'm sorry about so much camera shake. Nothing we can really do about that. We're on some horses. This is our first time going through this experience where we are riding and filming at the same time. Grace Ann is on the camera, and she is a beast because she's riding and filming all at once. So shout out to Grace Ann. Well, guys, like I said, sit back, enjoy, grab some popcorn, hang out, and we'll catch you on the next one. So we're on the Brazos River right now, if you guys can't tell. Like, it's pretty scenic. I feel like I'm in a Western right now. This is pretty dope. I'm getting my cowboy fix right now. So Jess, you were talking about the mounted shooting. Like I was saying, there's some differences, right? Like, I'm on foot, I'm running through it. You are going through it blind. I have an opportunity to see what the stage looks like. And for me, it's pretty much one-to-one, right? I only have to worry about myself, right? I only have to worry about my gear. I only have to worry about the problems that are in front of me. There is a little bit of an adrenaline spike, right? Because we're under time constraints, but you have a whole nother being that's under you that you have to worry about.
I do.
There's definitely more of an adrenaline spike because now you're running full speed at stuff, right? With a gun, shooting.
Yes.
Can you kind of explain what your mental state is before you actually go into the competition? What kind of things are you concerned about? What things are you looking for when it comes to not only you, but your horse as well?
When I very first started, I would say my mental game was definitely my weakest part of where I was struggling. I mean, I definitely needed to work on my riding and stuff also. It's always a work in progress because it changes all the time. That's what makes horses fun. But my mental game was where I was struggling, because when my heart rate is high, even if it's because I'm excited and I'm ready to go, as a horse, as a fight or flight animal, they feel your heart rate. And she doesn't know if that's excitement or that's fear. So it would make her anxious. So I read a book, actually I read it twice, and it's called Mind Gym. And it was how to mentally prepare athletes and get your mind in the right frame, and how to do little exercises, and it helped me tremendously. So, you know, when I know I'm about to go on a stage, to help my horse, because she is a little more high anxiety, the way she's bred, you know, she's bred to chase cows and stuff and be really energetic. I take deep breaths, you know, I say a prayer, I talk to God, I help calm myself, I breathe really loud and slow. Okay. And one thing I really love about it, my friend Ken Harris, who's like a multiple-time world champion too, Trailer Trash, he owns Trailer Trash that I started on. One thing he always told me that really helped me, this last series, the saddle series where I actually was able to win the saddle, he said, don't worry, Jessica, you're gonna ride the horse you have today. Whatever horse you show up with today, you ride that horse and you don't worry about it. And that helped me so much, because sometimes she's just like super chill, but some days she's a little more anxious. You're gonna ride the horse that shows up today. And I'm like, wow, that's really simple. Yeah, I'll just ride my horse. That's all I gotta do is ride my horse.
And there's some pretty distinct parallels to that, right? It's like, whenever I show up to a competition, it's pretty much like, hey, whatever I got today, whatever capacity that I have, whatever game plan that I have, whatever strategy that I have going into that competition, that's what I got.
That's what you got. That's where you're at.
And I only get one shot of that, and then after that, it's it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, and I'm doing it to have fun. And so if I go in there and I'm just stressing out, and I'm stressing my horse out, or I'm getting mad, a lot of people I see them get mad at their horses, that's not fun, and it's not fun for her. She's not gonna wanna do it anymore. I'm asking her what I feel like is a big ask, something very unnatural for horses. She goes in, she gives me her heart, she gives me her all, and so I want to make sure I'm taking care of her mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, her health. This is my partner. And so I think that's one thing about, you know, the difference in what you're doing in shooting and what I'm doing in shooting. Like you said, I'm worried about another being. This is my partner. And we have to get along and we have to be in sync. And we are. Like, I love this horse. Like, I go out in the pasture, she nickers, she runs up to me. She loves me too. You know, we have a bond. And if we didn't have that bond and that partnership, it wouldn't work.
And how long have you had her?
So I've had her, I think it'll be 2 years in August, maybe 3 years in August. Yeah. 2 years? 2 years in August, yes.
Oh my gosh, well, she's super sweet.
Thank you.
Drifter over here is like this massive dude, man.
He's so chill.
Looks like he bench presses about 1,000 pounds every day, and
like
he's
a
just the
weightlifter.
sweetest dude. I love riding horses, guys.
He's such a good boy.
Okay.
So talking about, you know, the partnership with your horse and the teamwork and how you can't get anything done without that. You see my little baby here, Calamity Jane. She turned 1 year old May 15th. We were able to bring her home right before she was 5 months old. Oh. This little baby literally falls asleep in my lap every night. If you follow me on social media, you look at my Instagram, there's so many pictures of us coming out and she is just passed out in my lap, you know, just snoring. I'm so excited about her coming up and being able to start riding, you know, next couple of years, because her and Scarlett and I both have such a close bond. Being able to have her from that weanling stage, that I think she's going to be a really neat little horse.
Oh my gosh, well, that's freaking cute. Now I want a horse. I have no place to put a horse, but I want a horse
Well, wait
really
till you
bad.
see Oreo. You can just like keep it in your apartment, you know. You just put him in a dog kennel.
Apparently she's got like a little mini horse.
Little tiny mini horse.
Little tiny mini horse.
Yes.
So, you know, like we were talking about before, I mean, a lot of people say that the horse is just a mirror of the rider.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. And honestly, like her anxiety, that can totally stem from me. I get pretty anxious too. And Tammy always says, y'all are perfect. You're exactly the same. You're two of a kind, you know. So do your job, Jessica. Do right by your horse. You know, I love Tammy, and there's so many Tammy-isms that I can think of that she's helped me with over the years. Do it again, but better. Don't be a chicken shit. You know, and she's just helped me. She's helped me to be brave. She's taught me to be a better horsewoman. My horsemanship is better than it ever was. And then where we are right now with like Jackie at Jackie's place, who helps me with my speed events and stuff. Jackie helped me free my horse up. When I started coming with Jackie, I had my horse with a really big bit and a tie down, and she was just kind of bound up. And the reason was I was not ready to go as fast as she could go. I was nervous about it. And Jackie helped me be confident and helped me sync up and become one with my horse, you know, where now she's running in the 2D at barrel shows. Out of, you know, 5 divisions or 4 divisions, she's way up there. I don't even put a bit in her mouth. She wears something called a hackamore, just like what Drifter has on there. Okay, nothing in his mouth, just something around his nose, no tie down. So she can free run, and she is so quick. Every time I run her somewhere, people go, oh, like she's like a little crotch rocket. And I'm like, yeah, she really is, because she's tiny. And so people don't expect her to, I think, be as fast as she actually is.
So, as we were talking about before, the horse is a mirror to the rider.
Yes, sir.
How important is it for not only the horse to be an athlete, but for you to be fit and also be an athlete as well?
It's extremely important, and it's only fair. You're asking your horse to carry you on their back. I'm talking about eating properly. I'm talking about exercise. This is what we're asking our horse to do every day. If we're treating them right, they're fit. They're getting exercise. You're keeping them, you know, ready to go, and because you're wanting to win these timed events. Or like my other horse, even I'm wanting to go 25 miles. You can't just go one weekend and say, we're gonna go 25 miles. You're doing that weekly. You know, you're building up to that event, just like a person that's gonna run a marathon. It's not any different. I'm gonna just say this, you know, out of my heart for animals, to be very just blunt. It really upsets me when you see somebody that weighs over 20% of what their horse weighs. And what I'm saying about that is there's a guideline, there's a basic rule that says if you're gonna ride your horse a lot, you don't weigh over 20% of what they weigh. Because you're sitting on their spine, you're sitting on their kidneys, and so it's only fair for them that you kind of follow those rules and keep yourself fit.
Drifter's like, I want to run so bad.
He's like, let's go back to the house. That's what he's thinking. Sorry, he got a little ready to go to the barn.
All right, so I guess last question for you there, Jess. It's such a niche sport to get into.
Oh my word, yes.
What would you tell somebody who is trying to get into it?
You've got to find a trainer. You've got to find a coach. And like I said, it almost took me 2 years to find my coach. But once I did, the mounted shooters as a whole, of all the equestrian events that I do, which is like 6, are the kindest, most helpful, most generous people I have literally ever met. These horses are highly trained horses. These guns are, it took me a year to find 2. That's how hard it is to find them. They're very expensive. You go, you start, they're like, oh, do you need to ride my horse? Oh, do you want to borrow my guns? Oh, do you need to, like, it is crazy how welcoming and generous they are and how much they want to grow the sport. It is niche and it's hard to find that person. But once you get in, there's going to be so many people that genuinely want to help you.
And that's almost kind of the exact same thing as far as, you know, the USPSA, IDPA. Mm-hmm. When I first got into it, same thing. A dude was like, hey, do you have your shooting stuff? I said, no. He was like, here, take mine. Go run the stage, right? Like, just super warm, super inviting, super welcoming. And I always tell people, too, if you really want to accelerate your skills, like, go compete. Like, that is probably the best way to pressure test your skills, and you find out what you're not good at really quick.
What you need to work on,
exactly.
Right? I will say, as my first barrel coach, you know, for the longest time, she's like, you need to go enter a barrel race. And I'm like, we're loping the pattern. Like, we're not going to be anywhere. And she said, it's not about that. She goes, you're never going to get faster, you're never going to get better if you don't just go try. Go enter and go watch the good people. After you do your run, you go sit in the stands and you watch what everybody else is doing that's doing a great job. You watch who's winning and you try to do what they're doing. Ready to ride, for sure. I love sharing my horses with kids though and stuff, and I'm always willing to try to let kids, you know, show them how to saddle, lead them around, stuff like that. My socials, Jessica Proctor or Jessica Daniels Proctor. On TikTok, it's Pistol Shooting Mama 83. So if you want to find me, I'm in Cleveland, Texas. Reach out. I'll see what I can do to get you in touch with somebody for whatever kind of lesson that you want. Sadie Bonteke in Hillsboro, such a great person for beginners. Oh my gosh, 2B performance horses and draft horses. I ride with her several times a week. She starts a lot of colts. I call her the hippie horse whisperer. I seriously, she has such a bond with horses, and everything that she says is just so common sense and easy. She's the one that told me about my baby. When you go on a trail ride, she's like, well, get out there and let her go. And I'm like, what do you mean let her go? And she's like, they're herd animals, and you have a bond with them. She's bonded with them, and she's gonna go with you. And I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. And sure enough, like, you know, so she's also very welcoming, very sweet. She's worked with a lot of beginners. She'll help you a whole lot. And so, you know, look me up, look her up. Anybody's willing to help.
Well, thank you so much for that. And we also thank Miss Jackie. She's out here too in Weatherford. What are
Jackie Parker Performance Horses. Okay.
Jackie Parker Performance Horses.
Yes.
Go see her. I'ma come and see her and get some lessons as well. Well, Jess,
she also has a shirt company. Okay.
Oh, okay. What is that?
She does rodeo shirts.
Okay.
It's a Ranch Equestrian Apparel of Texas. And so she actually sponsors me and provides 90% of my shirts that I wear for shoots.
Is that one of them you're wearing right now?
This is just a plain Jane shirt. I thought I'd be simple for this, you know. I didn't want to wear my dress shirt, but if you look at any of my videos on social media, I'm probably wearing one of her shirts.
Awesome. Well, Jess, we're going to finish up this trail ride out here. I really appreciate you taking the time, bringing the horses.
Yeah.
Appreciate Miss Jackie letting us borrow some horses and riding around. Appreciate Grace Ann, who is doing a fantastic job. Guys, she's riding a horse and using the camera as well. Like, pro.
So impressive.
I'm telling you, it was amazing. All right, guys. Well, make sure you follow us on all of our socials, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you stop by GRITR to come see us. Once again, if you guys want to see Jessica or Miss Jackie, make sure you reach out and do so. I love riding horses. It's like therapy to me. It's absolutely amazing. All right, guys. Well, catch you on the next one.